everyone, it's Sherlock Holmes and
Sweet Tooth Sweetie.
And today we have a very exciting video today.
Yes, very exciting.
We are reviewing the Funko Five Nights at Freddy's action figures. Now, I've been waiting for these things to come out for a long time. Ever since they were announced back in, what, like, November, December? When I saw the pictures of these things, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get all these. They're gonna be amazing. And you know what they are? I mean, there are little gripes here and there that I kind of have with them. I mean, they're not perfect, but they are still really, really good. Anything you want to say, Sweet Tooth, Sweetie?
Yeah, I'm really happy that we got them. And they're really cool looking, and they're very well detailed, and they look game accurate, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah, they are really well done. Like, Funko did a really good job making these things, so I guess we'll start off with the one we're going to take a look at first, say you.
The figures. Let's go to the packaging.
Okay, yeah, so the packaging here is actually really nice. I have to lift this up. So as you can see here, the packaging has FNAF 2 Freddy.
Why do they have that on there?
I don't know, it's just the way they chose it, I guess. Has Five Nights at Freddy's on there, collectible articulated action figure with Funko on there, and this is where you would have the figure. It's part of Springtrap because if you collect all 5 Five Nights at Freddy's, you get to build your very own Springtrap.
Yay!
And this is Foxy's packaging, so it comes with the head and torso. This part of the box here feels really smooth, and I just really like that kind of packaging.
On the back, it shows all the figures you can get, including Springtrap, which you can build yourself.
If you have all 5, of course.
If you have all 5, yes, because they all come with a piece.
And then, you know, got some stuff written here, you know, and it says, you know, check out Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. 2016 Scott Coffin, and made in China. Who knew? So, alright, sorry about that. So, let's get to the actual figures now. Okay, so here's Freddy. So as you can see here, he's actually really well detailed. I mean, the face looks really, really good. I mean, like the details, you got little dots where his whiskers would be. You know, the eyebrows, the eyes are really well done. Even the top of his hat looks really good. However, I don't think in the first game there was this stripe at the bottom going around.
Maybe they're going to use it for Toy Freddy if they make a series too.
Oh, that would be amazing. Making the toy animatronics, that would be awesome. But yeah, you know, even to have his little hat. Even the back of them are really well done. I'm not sure if my camera is doing it justice, but if you look close, you can see they have like these little like tears and stuff in them. Like, mine has a little bit of red on there. That's kind of weird.
It's like blood from the game.
I guess, I don't know, but if you notice, they have like these little like gray smudges on them, which represent the dirtiness of the animatronics.
How old they are, that they've been in the restaurant forever.
Yeah, but even has a little bow tie up there, and you know, all the way down, you know, the waist, the hips, and then the legs, you know, all around, just a really nice looking figure. The details are really nice. Now, articulation on these guys are good, but they're not, like, perfect. They're not spot on. They're not the most articulated figures, but they're still pretty good. So, for most of them, they're all the same, except for only a couple differences. Like, for Freddy here, he can turn all the way around, I believe? Yes, he can. So, he can go all the way around. He has, like, this rocking movement in his head.
Hey, Battle. You like rock out.
Yeah, and the thing is though is like if you shake it, you can, I'm not sure if you can notice it. I don't think. Nope, it's not doing it now. That was weird.
You fixed it. Yeah.
I guess. If you actually that's another thing here. If you notice the shoulder looks a little different. Has like this different texture to it, which is kind of weird. But then again, it's not that bad. Yeah. Anyways, the shoulders can move all the way around. They don't, up here they don't turn, but however, this has a ball joint here, which moves all the way around as well, goes up and down, and then the wrists can also move, all the way around, which is pretty cool. Nothing at the waist, which I thought they would probably put something in there, but they didn't, so what are you gonna do? Okay, now this is where I think some people are going to be very disappointed in. These legs are not going anywhere. Are not going anywhere, I should say, because, like, look. They've come right off. And that's another thing. The ball joints on these things come right off, but they can just pop back right on.
Very easily.
It's not that big a deal. But yeah, the legs aren't really going to go anywhere. They go out, but they don't go forward and back that well.
Nope.
But then again, we never really saw their legs go anywhere in the game.
No, not really. The only legs we did see was Foxy.
Yeah, which we'll get to him in a little bit. But did the camera just change its light? Dang it. Sorry about that. Let's see.
There it goes again.
That's weird. Okay. Anyways, anyway, the back with the legs here, they go out, in and out. They don't go all the way this way, you know, forward, but it's pretty good. And then they can also turn. So all around, you know, their articulation's all not that bad, and you know they're all pretty much the same in articulation wise. It's just like they're pretty much the same figure, just with different sculpts on them. And for Freddy's accessory,
it's a microphone.
Yeah, he gets like his little microphone here, which, you know, it's not too bad. I mean, it's just a microphone. He can hold it, but it's gonna be on this really weird angle, because if you look, he has like this little thing in his hand, which is game accurate, by the way, but when you put the microphone in, he's holding it on this really weird angle, which, you know, he can still, you know, rock out with it, but, you know, so he can sing, but, you know, it's gonna be really weird looking, but, you know, it's not too bad. So you just have him, like, wave his hand, going, you know, hey, kids, you know, like, that's my horrible Freddy impression.
I think it was pretty good.
But yeah, overall, this Freddy Fazbear figure, I definitely would recommend, because he's really good. All these guys I recommend, but definitely, Freddy's a definite win, but his shoulder right here is very loose, so be mindful of his loose joints. And then now let's take a look at Bonnie.
Okay, here's Bonnie. Just kidding, it's regular Bonnie.
But yeah, so Bonnie here is actually pretty cool. Let's take the guitar out of him. Now, I have to say, the guitar is actually really a very nice piece to have,
it's
indeed.
An electric guitar.
Like, there's nothing really much going on the back here, but what do you expect? It's the front that you're going to be using here, but the guitar is actually a really nice piece.
Very nice.
But anyways, we're not going to talk about accessories right now. We're going to talk about Bonnie here. Now, I'm going to say, I'm going to put this for one. I'm not sure if every single Bonnie figure is going to be like this, but this arm is making that really weird squeaky noise, and
it's not squeaky, it's clicky.
Well, it's not supposed to be like it because there's a ball joint on there. It's just making that. I'm really worried if that's gonna break or not over time. I'm not too sure, but I definitely want to say keep an eye out for those joints, because this one's fine. It's this one that's gonna be weird. But other than that, no, his joints are all pretty solid. Anyways, his head is actually really well done. Again, he has that dirt look for him, and he has upper teeth, which again, in the first game, I don't think any of them actually had upper teeth, except Foxy, I think. However, yeah, he says red bow tie right here, his stomach area, and he even has a little Bonnie tail.
My theory was correct!
You had a theory about that?
Yeah, I've always had a theory. I had a theory that Bonnie had a poofy little bunny tail, and I was right!
I'm very sure you did. So, and yeah, so he has that little bunny tail, which is actually pretty cool. He's pretty much the exact same thing as Freddy, except with like a little different head and different color scheme, but otherwise his legs are pretty much the same. And he has a little bunny tail, but yeah, his ears are also made out of a very different type of plastic than the actual figure, so don't bend those because those will break off.
X-Bay on the ear say.
Yeah. But he can hold his guitar, but then again, same with Freddy, he has those little palm poof things. What are those?
Pads.
Like, I guess they're pads, I don't know, but, so for him to hold his guitar, you have to put the guitar, like, an angle. Let's see if I can actually do this on camera, because it's gonna be a little weird. Let's see if so, as you can see, you can actually hold it like so. And, you know, Bonnie, He's rocking out, yeah, just like, yeah.
That's not your Bonnie voice.
Nah, it's not my Bonnie voice, but I won't do that until later. But, yeah, Bonnie is pretty cool, and I'm glad to have him. Yeah, Bonnie, definitely a win.
Woo woo.
Okay, so here is Chica, and I think she just might be one of my favorites out of the group. I don't know what it is about her, but she looks she's really well detailed. It's probably because more of the dirt is more, I guess, is more visible because of
yellow.
The yellow, because she's yellow. And you know, Bonnie and Freddy, you can see it, but it's kind of hard to tell. But because you know they're darker colors. But with Chica, it's really nicely shown, especially on the head, which kind of reminds me of a potato.
It reminds you of a potato.
Look at that! Doesn't that? If you just took this off and took the face off and just took away this, doesn't that look like a potato?
Oh yeah, I can actually see the potato.
And now it's Chica, but yeah, Chica pretty much is the exact same thing as these two, except there's no belly section like, you know, the lighter color.
Her bib is in the way.
And her bib is actually really nice, you know, let's eat.
Let's eat!
You know, her beak's up there, and she has upper teeth again, which I don't think is completely accurate, but it's still cool. You know, her hands are molded different because of her accessory.
Ta-da!
It is the cupcake, which is called Mr. Cupcake.
That's his canon name, not Carl. I'm sad.
Carl was never his name.
That's what the fandom gave him.
Okay, anyways. Okay, so now here's another kind of disappointment. This thing does not plug into her hands. This thing just simply...
If you look under the cupcake, it has like no peg or hole. And if you look on Chica's hands, there's no peg or hole either.
Yeah, so sadly, the only way you're going to get her to hold her cupcake is if you just simply rest it on there, which doesn't look too bad, but then again...
Or if you want to be creative, you can go ahead and put the cupcake on her head, like so.
I guess, so, but yeah, like sadly, the cupcake really can't plug in anything, but the cupcake is actually really nice. It has the little buck teeth and the candle, and the cupcake is definitely really cool. But anyways, back to Chica. But yeah, so if sadly, she can't, if you do put the cupcake on there, you gotta just make sure it's nicely rested, because again, you're just kind of resting it on her hand, which is pretty disappointing, but what are you gonna do? It's Funko. Her legs are a little different from about the shins under, and you know, again, here's another thing. In the game, I do not think her talons were silver, or her, you know.
That's because she did her nails.
I guess they were white in the game and not silver.
She got a Medi Petty.
I guess I don't know. But that's kind of weird, but it's still pretty cool, I guess. But then again, you know, Chica pretty much has the same pulsability as everyone else. Bonnie has the same pulsability as Freddy, so she pretty much has the same thing too. Her right arm's kind of squeaky too, but not as bad. But yeah. Chica is one of my favorites, and I'm definitely glad that I picked her up, too. So let's go with, again, another fan favorite, Foxy.
And here is Foxy, my personal favorite.
Foxy's everyone's favorite, but, okay, so Foxy here is probably the most unique out of all of them, because, well, you know, he's not as bulky as everyone else is. He's more thin. And he has mostly more remotes because he has these tears in him, and he's all beat up. He even has new legs, and you know, he's a pretty cool figure, and I'm really glad to have him. You know, articulation's actually more, I guess, possible with him because his arms and legs aren't as bulky. So with this, you can notice he can actually like move forward out more than the rest of them.
Like I said before.
Like,
the only
more?
animatronic we saw that was active in the first game was Foxy.
You could actually move around, yeah. But yeah, his articulation is really well, except a couple problems. Number one, this hand, which is really cool looking, and you know, it's the animatronic, and
exoskeleton.
Yeah, the endoskeleton's hand. Except, this thing pops off way too darn easily. I mean, watch this. I mean, I was barely even touching it, and it fell off, and I don't even think it's in there that well, personally. But again, it has this nice ball joint. You can go anywhere you want, so you can make them go like, "Hey kids, who's ready for a pirate adventure?" I'm sorry, I will never do that voice again. But
You lie.
I guess I did lie. And again, with the hook is really nice, but his hook does not turn. It does not turn.
It didn't turn in the game.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but you know, you can get that like yar. And if you actually look here at the chest, you can actually see more of the endoskeleton that which is not painted. I'll probably just put some silver paint on that myself because that actually looks really cool, like popping out like that a little bit. But and he has no gold teeth.
What's with that? What the heck?
Yeah, he has no gold teeth, which
That's not Foxy.
yeah. His eye patch does not lift up, but I really don't care about that. But anyways, with these little scuffs and stuff, Foxy is a definite win of a figure. And he's actually, I think, is one of my favorite figures out of this line, even though he has this hand problem, but it's still pretty cool. He's still a really cool figure, and let's get into the next one, which is Golden Freddy. Okay, so here is Golden Freddy. And he's just pretty much the exact same thing as Freddy back there, except
yellow.
Yeah, pretty much. And he has these dark, caving, dead eyes.
He's got pupils.
Actually, what's really cool is like they made his eyes, the actual eyeballs, these nice glossy black paint. So whatever light reflects off of him gives him like these nice white, almost like pupils, which just like kind of follow you around, which is really cool.
Freaky to me.
But again, it's really nice. He has the you know, the whiskers the same as Freddy, and he has the exact same microphone, which has I don't think is that much different. No, it's not. It's not. It's the same thing. But then again, he has to hold it on that really weird angle, which is not too bad. But he's not as bad as everyone says. As like being just a repaint. He's still actually pretty cool. You know, he has all the same articulation, and the thing is though that gets me is like none of these guys can sit. So if you want to get Golden Freddy's his known, you know, slouching pose, the only thing you're gonna have to do is take these legs off, put them right there, and then set his arms off like this, and then put his legs like that, just right next to there, and you're stuck with that, except his legs are off, which doesn't look too bad, but it looks really weird.
It does, it really does.
So, for me, I don't like taking my figures apart that much unless it's a Transformer, so me, I'm gonna leave his legs on and probably just put him in like a really menacing pose, like him like reaching out to grab you on the shelf, but I don't know, he's not terrible, and he's actually a really cool figure to have. And yeah, Golden Freddy is a definite win, but like the packaging said, if you have all 5 of these, you get all the parts to build my personal favorite character of the Five Nights at Freddy's cast. That is Springtrap. So let us take a look at the sort of accessory, I guess. I'm not sure if I want to call him an accessory because they all came with parts of him, but
the one and only
Springtrap. Alright, so here is
Springtrap.
Yeah, Springtrap, and let me tell you, this thing, I love this thing so much. It is probably one of the best figures I have in my collection, and I'm not afraid to say that I will, you know, defend this figure, because this is just so dang cool. You know, the detail on this guy is just phenomenal. I mean, his eyes, okay, his eyes, I don't think were this color in the third game. He never had like these kind of eyes, but it's still pretty cool looking. Again, he's missing that giant chunk of his ear out with these like wires, which I believe they're supposed to be wires, because he never had these like guts, you know. Because again, spoiler alert, the purple guy, you know, is Springtrap's, which I don't think is that big of a spoiler now, but
yeah, everyone knows about this.
So, you know, if you really take a look, you don't know if this is either wires or is it muscle like tissue or something like that from the purple guy's dead corpse. But then again, it's all up to whether you believe or not, but the detail on this guy is just great. I mean, that face is all really cool. He's all
ears and his the suit. It's amazing.
It is. You got like this stuff in like the front and even some in the back, which is really cool. And that part of the knee is actually really nice. I really do like that. And then the feet have like the droops of like blood and looks like more, I want to say, muscles maybe, just dangling off of him, which is, I find both very gruesome and again very humorous because it's just like hanging off him. But his articulation is a little different in the arms mainly because when you get him, the shoulder part is actually part of the torso and head, not part of the arm. So when you get him and you put him together, he is not going to be able to have like just go all the way around. You have to like bend it to go all the way around like this, which isn't too bad. I'm glad he can still, you know, lift up and then go all the way around. It's just on a very weird angle because of the shoulder bits. I don't know why they chose to do that, but it's still, again, a really cool figure, and I'm happy to have an actual plastic version of Springtrap, and I'm really satisfied, and, you know, I'll just have him steal Freddy's spotlight. Not really.
That's rude.
I'll just put him, like, behind these guys, just to stalk everyone. It's like, I'll find you. Alright, so let's bring out some comparisons to some other... Okay, for a quick comparison, here he is next to a amiibo, which is the Gold Mario. As you can see, he comes about to like, to where his, like, a little bit under where his bow tie is. And, here he is next to a Dalek figure.
Gold Dalek.
Yeah, again, a Gold Dalek, and
Gold Mario and Gold Dalek.
Freddy comes about, and this is like one of the original Daleks, so Freddy comes about to just a little bit taller than the original, and to a bigger figure, which is the only figure I have here, is next to a Paradigm Dalek, which are the largest Daleks to date. As you can see, the Paradigm Dalek towers over Freddy just by a little bit. So he has to like look down at his opponent and blast it. Your fandom's horrible! I'm kidding. But seriously, some parts of the fandom's pretty bad. But the whole point to being, you know, Freddy is about between the middle of the two. And for another...
Small comparison.
Yeah, here's like a really quick comparison. Here he is to, I think some figures might have. Here is the Minecraft zombie figure. And
he is very small.
For just a random one, here Freddy is next to Mabel from Gravity Falls. And she falls over. She's trying to stand.
Very hard for her to stand.
So as you can see, she only comes about to his crotch area. Maybe a bit taller, but
that's a decent height.
Yeah, but you know, they're about decent sized figures, and they're when you get them in hand, they're actually really thick, and they're really cool. And here we go into our final thoughts. Okay, so our final thoughts on these guys. Frankly, for $12, like $12, I think like they're like $13 each. I'd say they're a must-buy. I mean, these guys are actually really nice figures. Are they perfect? No, they have, you know, their strengths, but they also have their weaknesses. Yeah, the articulation is like, yeah, you know, it's pretty okay. It's not the best, but it's still pretty good for what you're getting. And mainly, I just say get it just for the Springtrap, mainly, because Springtrap's a gorgeous figure. And the rest are all really nice as well, especially Chica and Foxy. And then, you know, all their accessories are nice. He didn't come with any, but I guess you could say his Huck is an accessory. I don't know. He never had one, but,
No, I think Springtrap's head and torso would be the accessory.
Yeah, again, you know, it's just, you know, like, a matter of, like, if you're a fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's games, and you know, a fan of like, if you're a fan like me and Sweet Tooth Sweetie are, I say go for these figures. You won't be disappointed. They're worth it. And hopefully, I'm hoping, you know, that Funko will make the toy animatronics. I would love to have a Mangle, a Toy Chica, and a Balloon Boy in this scale, because, you know, I like...
And how cool would it be if you could get the three main animatronics, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Toy Freddy, and also a double pack of Balloon Boy and JJ, who you may not know is the Balloon Girl. And also another double pack of Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. And they each come with a part to build, get this, Mangle.
That would be a really cool idea. I hope Funko does something like that, because these things are really cool, and I hope to see more in the future. But anyways, guys, I say this has been Sherlock Holmes and
Sweet Tooth Sweetie.
And we say go get yourself a nice little set of these guys, and we will see you in a later video. Peace.